Welcome to Beating Cancer Daily. Beating stage 4 cancer for 30 years still takes my breath away every time I say it. I'm Saranne, founder of the Comedy Cures Foundation, and I hope you'll join me for just a few minutes daily for the next 365 days so we may laugh, learn, maybe cry a little as we live our best days beating cancer daily together. If you've been listening to Beating Cancer Daily, you know that I love to dance and I love music, but I actually love the psychology of music. And I told you, if you heard Cancer Brave, I have this really personal connection with Janice Stanfield and the song If I Were Brave, because it was my anthem through all my cancer treatment. And I shared that with you. And I said I was going to do another episode on anthem songs and cancer. I am just in love with these kinds of songs. This is in no way going to be an exhaustive discussion on anthem songs. But what really intrigued me was the impact of these songs, not only on my mind, body, and spirit, but most specifically on the brain. So I just stumbled across a really interesting article. I want to give a shout out to Drew Gola, who wrote this really cool article on Soundstripe called The Psychology of Music. And I'm just going to quickly read a little part of this article. You can find it yourself. Scientists have singled out a dozen different areas of the brain that respond to music, but 5 regions have the most significant impact on the listener. They are the temporal lobe, the amygdala, frontal lobe, cerebellum, and hippocampus. Now, this article goes into depth looking at how music impacts each of the different areas. I'm only going to focus on 2 things quickly here before we get to the anthem songs, because this is why I think I responded so much to music and music therapy, especially when I was going through cancer treatment. One is that scientists have shown that the brain can actually change in response to music. Just scientifically shown. Okay, fine. I accept that. 2, that the amygdala ties into the fight or flight instinct of the brain. It's part of the brain that processes sounds and determines our emotional reactions to them. Now, I have such an emotional connection to these anthem songs. And when I listened to them, I got so charged up, so courageous, so inspired. They really fueled me, especially the Janice Stanfield song that I introduced you to. Some of the songs that I'm going to talk about today were not around when I was going through treatment. I can tell you, we all relied on I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. It was played morning, noon, and night among all of us back in the day when I was diagnosed 2+ decades ago. So that was our song. That's what we all jammed to. That's what we all had inspire us. And then there were a few others, but now, whoa, we have so many to go to. And I'm just going to read a few of the ones that I love so you can check them out. Rise Up by Andra Day. Oh my gosh, that one, I wish I'd had it. I wish I'd known about it when I was going through treatment. Survivor by Destiny's Child. Confident by Demi Lovato. Fight Song by Rachel Platten. Roar by Katy Perry. And Stronger by Kelly Clarkson. Now, I hope that you rewind this and you write them down. And I hope that you email me or record a message to me at comedycures.org and tell me your 3 top anthem songs. I'm sure I've left so many of your favorites out, but I honestly love these. I still listen to them. They are still my anthem songs now. So I even remember when I was more bedridden and my girlfriends would come over and we would play these songs even when I was lying down in bed and, really didn't want to move around much. And then going to cancer patient and cancer survivor events. And when we would be up to 900, 1,000 people, and we would be singing these anthem songs and dancing around together at all different levels of treatment. Just that visual with all of us singing the words. So I don't know if you've ever gone to one of these events, but I found them so empowering. And they would have a playlist of all of these anthem songs. But even today, doing a hip hop class, and Confident comes on by Demi Lovato, and I just dance to it with so much passion because it is one of my anthem songs. There's so many ways to use these just to recharge yourself. And I have a funny story about Rachel Platten. I met Rachel Platten. She was doing a triple negative breast cancer fundraiser, which I'm part of, and she was the performer. So I went backstage and I introduced myself because my daughter's music producer and Rachel Platten's music producer are the same person. So we were connected through this gentleman, and I went back to tell her that I was also a stage 4 cancer survivor, and I loved her song, and I knew her producer. So it was just fun to be connected to one of the fight songs in cancer in that way. So if you don't have an anthem song, I want you to really start listening to some music, and I want you to find one. And I want you to listen to it if you're ever feeling blue, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, or you have to go to treatment and you really don't want to, or you have to take medication and you really don't want to. You have to go for scans and you really don't want to. Put on one of your favorite anthem songs and bop in the car or dance around your living room and use the music to fortify you and make you feel brave, because that's what it did for me. It made me feel invincible, and I got a second chance at life. I did beat stage 4 cancer, and I feel blessed, and those songs remind me of my fight and my courage. So have fun, and don't forget to tell me which ones you love. Have a blessed day and a courageous day, and I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys know this, but Beating Cancer Daily is a listener and donor-supported podcast and community. So if you have some extra change, I'd love you to go to comedycures.org and make a donation today of whatever level is comfortable for you. And it will be tax deductible to the extent allowed by law, because Comedy Cures is a nonprofit 501c3 organization founded from my chemo chair, April 1999, and we've been going strong ever since. So please consider making a donation today and help our community and this podcast thrive. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Guess what time it is? It's time for me to read the disclaimer. Beating Cancer Daily and the membership circle are not in lieu of medical advice or treatment. They are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your healthcare team to review your best strategy. Thanks for listening.